Learn to manage and analyze database. Microsoft PowerPoint. Create stunning presentations that captivate audiences. Graphic design using CorelDRAW. Unleash your creativity and design skills. Photoshop. Enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals. Programming using web design. Build dynamic websites and web applications. Database development. Learn to design and manage databases. UI/UX design. Create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Turabo Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Good evening. You're watching news at 9 p.m. on Psalm TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV and catch us on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. Now the major headlines. On national news, Turabo State House of Assembly has passed the first reading of the Sports Commission Establishment Bill 2025 and the Landed Properties Protection Bill 2025, while President Tinubu and Honorable Abbas called for urgent legal reform to boost national security. Tinubu postpones Kaduna trip, heads to Benue address violence, while IGP Ebetokpung deploys tactical units to Benue after mounting criticism. China reaffirms deepening civil diplomatic ties with Nigeria. Africa as Nigeria invites Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali to 2025 West Africa Economic Summits. International news. UN warns of famine risks in 13 global hotspots amidst conflict and climate crisis, while President Trump calls for largest ever mass deportation, sparking protests across U.S. On to business news. World Bank report has it that PDI in developing countries hits lowest level since 2005. Entertainment news. Themes to headline first ever FIFA World Cup finals. Sport news. FIFA trials reference body cam and AI offside take at 2024 Club World Cup. I'm Bridget James, and now the news in full. The Turabo State House of Assembly has passed the first reading of the Sports Commission Establishment Bill 2025 and the Landed Properties Protection Bill 2025. The bill were introduced by Honorable Thanko Yusuf Abubakar, following a motion by Deputy Majority Leaders, Honorable Nu'u Akilu, after a voice vote in support. The clerk, Samula Amos Sani, read the short titles, and Deputy Speaker Haman Adamu Abdullahi referred both bills to the Committee on Rules and Business for further legislative action. Still from Taraba State, at the recent concluded Kungana Cultural Carnival in Bali local government area, Chief Gabriel Olayinka received the Youth Achievers Award in recognition of the significant contribution to the socio-political development of the youth in Taraba State. On the 16th June 2025, the award was presented to Chief Olayinka, who is the CEO of TBS Holdings, by Honorable Thomason Mvoki, Special Advisor to Governor Agbo Kefers on Art and Culture. Honorable Myoku has joined the ceremony by a group of distinguished guests.
With profound gratitude to God Almighty, the maker of heaven and earth, and to His Excellency Dr. Agbo Kefers, the Executive Governor of Taraba State. I'm here. I stand as a pillar and a promoter of culture in the states, the Special Assistant to the Governor on Art and Culture. This award that I'm going to present to Gabriel Olayinka, High Chief Gabriel Olayinka, one of the most influential CEO in the history of Taraba State. Olayinka have done a lot to us in Taraba State, has done a lot to the youth of Taraba State. Olayinka deserves more than an award from the youth. That's the reason why at the Kungana Cultural Carnival, we decided to reward Olayinka Gabriel for his effort in empowering the youth of the state. Because if you look at most of the youths, let me say all of the youth working under him, in his company, the Taraba Business School, Taraba News, Super Cash, then the Super Car. If you can look at this, all the youth are there is from Taraba, and Olayinka need to be rewarded. This is not something that Olayinka buy with money, never. But this is, he deserves the best from us, and from the office of the Special Assistant to the Governor on Art and Culture, the Youth Achievers Award 2025, Bali, Award of Excellence. I present this award to a great man, to a pillar and a promoter, to a developer, to someone who puts the youth at heart, someone who carry us, who play a vital role in developing the youth in the state. High Chief Gabriel Olayinka Gabriel, the 5-star CEO, we are really proud of you, sir. This award, in recognition of your unwavering commitment and exceptional support towards empowering young, this honor is bestowed as a testament to your role in nurturing a potential and championing growth in the states. Sir, on behalf of my office, the Special Assistant to the Governor on Art and Culture, and the Gara of Kungana, the man I respect so much, we present this award to you, sir, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Governor on Art and Culture, all other delegates and members of the crew of the Office of the Special Advisor, friends, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to most sincerely appreciate the Office of the Special Advisor on Art and Culture for this honor that is bestowed on me. Tobzi is somebody who is very close to me and has followed some of my antecedents over the years. And I'm not surprised that we can count him as one of the aces that are performing, while some just see it as a position and they are only waiting for what they will get from government. But he has taken it upon himself to begin to see what he will do as far as the office is concerned. The just recently hosted Kungana Cultural Festival is a testament to that. I had some engagement. I wanted to attend physically, but I saw a lot of clips, a lot of pictures, and what happens there. It takes a bulldozer to be able to gather people like that. I learned that at a point there were no seats even. They had to start bringing seats, to get people. I want to encourage you to continue and to let you know that people are seeing what you are doing. This position is like a stepping stone. Whatever you do with this position will determine where you are going to go tomorrow. And some of us have the ears of His Excellency, and some of these things you are doing, we are going to personally inform him and let him know that you are one of the movers and shakers. And by the grace of God, I want to assure you that this position is just a starting point. So keep moving, and you have our support and encouragement all the time. Thank you.
The Nigerian Medical Association, in collaboration with Northeast Development Commission, has carried out a free medical and surgical outreach in Ardokola local government area of Taraba State. The initiative aimed at improving access to quality health care, provided residents with a range of services including general consultation, minor and major surgeries, and distributions of essential medications. The outreach witnessed a high turnout, with beneficiaries expressing gratitude for the timely intervention. Health officials described the effort as a critical step towards addressing the religious medical needs.
Taraba State Branch, in collaboration with the Northeast Development Commission, successfully conducted a free medical and surgical outreach to the underserved and hard-to-reach communities of Ardokola local government area. Free medical screenings were conducted for various health conditions, including hypertension, diabetes, and malaria. This initiative aimed to provide essential healthcare services to vulnerable populations. In his opening remarks, the chairman Nigerian Medical Association Taraba State Branch, Dr. Adamu Hamidu Kara, said the main aim of the program is to provide medical care delivery for the underserved.
zuwa asibiti don ba su da kuɗi ba, mu gansu mu ba su magunguna kyauta. Mu duba kuma wayanda suke da cututtukan da ya kama kamar na tiyata wanda ba su iya sun je asibiti yayin musu ba, su ma za mu musu kyauta. Dalilin shine mu aikin mu a asibiti ba wai kawai muna zama bane mu dinga kula da wayanda suke da daman zuwa asibiti. Mu a likitoci a aikin mu wani lokaci ya kamata mu fita wurare inda mun sa akwai mutanen da ba su da hanyar zuwa asibiti mu ga wani taimako za mu yi musu.
The chairman Ardokola, Alhaji Ismaila Zakari, in his speech, thanked the doctors for their effort to enrich the lives of people with medical delivery they deserve. He also emphasized the need for the people of Ardokola to cooperate with the medical team to ensure a successful delivery. Alhaji Ismaila Zakari also pleaded with the NMA Taraba State Branch team to add this so that all the people of Ardokola should benefit the outreach.
Duka muna muku godiya a madadin Ardokola local government da mai girma gwamnan jihar Taraba Dr. Abu Kefas. Dr. wannan abin da kuka mana na wannan shekara din ba abin da za mu gaya muku sai dai mu ce Allah ya saka da alheri. Ina roƙo har sati a yi ku taimake mu domin Ardokola local government su kara sanin wane ne ku. Muna da lunguna da yawa, wasu har yanzu sako bai iso musu ba. Yau aka fara kuma gobe Lahadi. Gobe akwai masu zuwa sujada har ma a cikin ku ba su da dawon fitowa ba. A nan kace wanda bai yi ba. Don haka, Doktor, ina roko kara mana kwanaki kaɗan don a ci gaba da taimakon mu.
Patients who benefited from the program shared their experience.
First time in my life to see this very wonderful operation and powerful level. I'm very, very happy.
Mun zo nan ana gwada mana ciwon kirji yana dawo kullum. An mana gwada mana yanzu muna jira result mu ga me za mu samu magani ko me za a fi damuwa.
The NMA Taraba State Branch and NEDC's collaborative effort successfully provided essential healthcare services to underserved communities in Ardokola local government area. This initiative demonstrates the importance of public-private partnerships in improving healthcare outcomes.
President Tinubu and House Speaker Abbas Tajuddin have called for urgent constitutional and legal reforms to strengthen Nigerian security. At a legislative dialogue in Abuja, they advocated for a coordinated multi-agency approach, enhanced intelligence sharing, and support for initiatives like state policing and improved border control. Key officials, including the Defense Minister, Chief of Defense Staff, and National Security Advisor, stressed the need for law that reflects modern threats like cybercrime and terrorism, and proposed structural reform to improve interagency coordination, military justice, and public trust. President Bola Tinubu has postponed his scheduled visit to Kaduna State and would instead travel to Benue State on Wednesday, June 18, 2025, to address the ongoing violence in the region. According to a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanugu, the visit aims to engage with stakeholders and assess the impact of recurring crisis. Tinubu will meet traditional, political, religious, and community leaders, as well as youth groups. In a bid to find lasting peace, his Kaduna visit has been rescheduled for Thursday, June 19th. In preparation, key federal officials have already been deployed to Benue.
Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to credit Eugenia Abu with the fact that we have a minute silence for the people, the victim of Benue. While I sympathize with the Benue people, I've spoken to the governor. The leadership and people of Benue should accept our condolences and tried hard, very, very consciously, to maintain peace, harmony among themselves. I've always said this, that we are one single huge family living in the same house, stay in different rooms, but living together in harmony will be the result of our diversity for prosperity. We should be able to manage our anger and frustrations. I sympathize those who have lost their life. I will adjust my program and go see Benue people on Wednesday. But today is a great day of pride.
In the wake of a series of gruesome attacks in Benue State, Inspector General of Police Kayode Agbetokun has arrived in the region and ordered the immediate deployment of additional tactical units. The intervention follows mounting public pressures and widespread criticism of the federal government's initially muted response. Local reports estimate over 200 deaths, including entire families and security personnel, allegedly at the hands of armed heathers. The police force confirmed the IG's visit via a post on X, formerly Twitter, assuring residents of intensified security measures. Critics have highlighted the disparity in federal responses, pointing to the swift declaration of emergency in Rivers State, despite no casualties there. The deployment marked a critical moment in addressing Benue prolonged security crisis. In a related development, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has sounded the alarm over a looming health catastrophe in Benue, citing the toll of repeated attack on both civilians and healthcare workers. In a statement by NAT President Dr. Nokwe Osundara, the union condemned the killing and noted the death of a young pharmacist among the victims. The group expressed concern over growing mental health challenges, food insecurities, and the mounting strains on medical infrastructure. NARD urged immediate government action to prevent a total breakdown of health care delivery in the state. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has forecast widespread thunderstorm and heavy rainfall across the country from Monday, June 16th to Wednesday, June 18th. In a 3-day outlook, NIMT predicted early morning thunderstorm in northern states such as Kaduna, Adamawa, and Taraba on Monday, with heavier rainfall later in Borno, Zamfara, Bauchi, Kano, Jigawa, Kebbi, and Katsina states. The north central region, including the Federal Capital Territory, Niger, Kwara, and Benue, is expected to see morning showers and afternoon storm. Southern states like Ebonyi, Abia, Oyo, Rivers, and Lagos will also experience rain, with more widespread showers later in the day. Similar patterns are expected on Tuesday and Wednesday across all the state. In a development foiling fresh tension in Niger State, the Gaba Development Association has vehemently opposed Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago's pardon of 11 men convicted of the 2018 massacre of 7 unarmed Gaba community members. The association chairman, Paul Ghana, described the state pardon as a miscarriage of justice that repairs community wounds and undermines peace effort. The convicts were sentenced to death for conspiracy and culpable homicide in 2022, while the state government formed the move as a reconciliatory gesture following communal clashes. Critics argue it will embody impurity and erode trust in the justice system. Still from Niger State, the Niger State government has begun immediate repairs on the storm-damaged Man Musa Kodogi Nasarawa Road in Bidi local government area, following heavy rainfall on Saturday that caused widespread destruction. Commissioner for Environment and Climate Change, Mohammed Yakubu Kolo, led a state delegations to assess the damage, which included destroyed homes, a bridge, and several businesses. He assured residents that rehabilitations would start within 48 hours. Local blamed Arab contractors for diverting drainage channels, allegedly worsening the flooding situation. The commended Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago's swift response and ongoing infrastructure efforts. Community leaders Yakubu Mohammed urged the state to provide a lasting solutions to the erosion challenges the area has faced since 2014. In a progressive state towards youth inclusion in governance, the federal government has unveiled the official portal for the upcoming Nigeria Youth Conference. Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, announced the launch on Monday, presenting the initiative as a transformative national movement. Under the theme Next Generation Nigeria, Crafting Solutions. Owning the Future, the conference is designed to be youth-led, inclusive, and non-partisan. It will feature layered engagement from all 360 federal constituencies, including the Nigerian diaspora, and will culminate in a landmark summit in Abuja. The digital portal offers tools for registration, submissions of policy ideas, and access to real-time updates, marking a significant stride in digital civic participation. In a gesture underscoring its growing global influence, China has reiterated its commitment to deepening civilizational and diplomatic ties with Africa, especially Nigeria. Speaking in Lagos, Chinese Consul General Yang Yung emphasized China's dedication to collaborative development across political, cultural, economic, and ecological domain. She spotlighted the upcoming FOCAC ministerial meeting as pivotal for bolstering Sino-African cooperation under initiatives like the Belt and Road and the Global Civilization Initiative. Notably, she announced China's intention to designate 2026 as the year of China-African people-to-people exchanges, reinforcing the importance of soft diplomacy and mutual modernization. Tension remains high over the contentious creations of the Fofore Emirate in Adamawa State. The Yola High Court, amid a tense courtroom atmosphere, has adjourned the case to July 14th for a final ruling on jurisdictional matters. Monday proceedings were marked by heated arguments between opposing counsel as the legal dispute entered a crucial phase. Sam TV correspondent Ojoma Yusuf completes the story.
Over by Justice Musa Usman, the court adjourned proceedings until July 14th to deliver the ruling on whether it has the jurisdiction to entertain the suit filed against the establishment of the Fufure Emirate. The state government had hoped for a prompt ruling on its preliminary objections, but was disappointed by the court's decision to defer the ruling until after evidence has been taken. A position is now challenging at the Court of Appeal. At the heat of the legal dispute is the creation of the Fufure Emirate by the Adamawa state government, a decision that has sparked widespread reactions across the state. The plaintiff, including prominent traditional title holders Musa Halilu, Ahmed, Mustafa Dahiru Mustafa, and Mustafa Ahmed, are speaking to nullify the creation of the emirate, urging it violates historical and cultural norms of Adamawa State Emirate. The state governor, Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintobi, the Attorney General of the state, and the newly installed Emir of Fufure, Mohammed Sani Ribado, are listed as the defendants. As the court prepares to rule on the jurisdiction motion next month, both sides remain locked on legal and ideological battles, with implications that could reshape traditional institutions in Adamawa State.
I adjourned this matter for hearing, but unfortunately, the defense filed 2 motions for stay of proceedings because of their so-called appeal at the Court of Appeal. So for that reason, the court had no choice but to take the motion for stay of proceedings. And that's what we did today. We took the 2 motions for stay of proceedings and then adjourned for ruling. It's after the ruling that we will now know whether the matter will be suspended until after we come back from the Court of Appeal, or whether the motions will be dismissed so that we can call evidence.
Yes, we are back today. Some few days back, we are aware that there is a case that is challenging the creation and appointment of the Emir of Fufore. So when they came with the processes, we saw reason to object to the processes, and we filed relevant processes for the objection. They opposed the objection. We expected the court to rule on the objection because we were challenging the jurisdiction of the court. What the court did was to adjourn or say that he was going to allow the position to be taken together with the main judgment after polling of evidences. And we felt, no, since we are challenging jurisdiction, the court should tell us, should know first that it has jurisdiction. Because in law, once you do a federal jurisdiction, whatever you have done is a nullity. We don't want to waste his time and also our time. And we say he must rule over it, rule whether he has or not jurisdiction. So when we did not do that, we appealed to the Court of Appeal that that should be ruled upon. And today was the day we took our motion for stay proceedings. We wanted stay proceedings here. Let the issue of jurisdiction be determined first, whether the court has or not jurisdiction. The council of the plaintiffs opposed our application that they wanted not to go on. And we insist that this case should be stopped. Let us determine first, so as not to waste our time. The ruling is now what has been adjourned to the 14th of July.
And that is the latest on the Fufore Emirates controversy. We will continue to monitor the development ahead of July 14th ruling. I am Ojoma Yusuf, reporting for Some TV News, Yola.
Nigeria has extended invitations to Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali to participate in the 2025 West African Economic Summit, despite their recent withdrawal from the Economic Community of West African States. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Toga, explained that regional cooperations and economic ties remain strong, regardless of ECOWAS membership. Speaking in Abuja, Toga noted that Nigeria views this country as essential partners in West African development. He highlighted ongoing collaborations such as the Niger Joint Commission to show that diplomatic and economic engagements continues beyond ECOWAS framework. The summit, scheduled for June 20th to 21st at the Abuja International Conference Center, will gather West African leaders, business executives, development partners, and youth innovators to explore investment, threats, and regional growth opportunities. It will include high-level discussion, business forum, and cultural events aimed at promoting inclusive economical integrations across the sub-region. President Bola Tinubu has called on African nations to strengthen regional cooperations and strategically deploy sovereign wealth funds to drive development across the continent. Speaking through Vice President Kashim Shettima at the African Sovereign Investors Forum in Abuja, Tinubu stressed the need to close infrastructure gaps, boost job creation, and enhance climate resilience. He urged African sovereign funds to evolve beyond physical stabilizations and serve as platform for large-scale across-border investments. Finance Minister Wale Edum, Afrex Bank President Benedict Orama, and other speakers echoed the call for domestic capital mobilizations and investment alignment. The Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority was praised for championing transformative projects, as the forum highlighted the urgency of uniting Africans' financial resources for long-term, impactful growth. A federal high court in Abuja declined the federal government's request to issue an arrest warrant for suspended Senator Natasha Akpabio-Uduaghan, citing lack of personal service of court summons. The court instead approved substituted service through her lawyer and adjourned the case to June 30th. Akpoti Odohan faces defamation charges over allegations made against Senate President Godswill Akpabio and ex-Kogi Governor Yaya Bello during a TV interview and private conversation. Former Senior Special Assistant to President Bola Tinubu on Public Affairs, Aliu Audu, has announced his resignation to actively oppose Tinubu's re-election bid in 2027. Speaking on Channels TV, Audu said his decision was driven by principles, accusing the current administration of straying from its campaign promises and prioritizing political revenge over national unity. He criticized Tinubu's alliance with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and linked Tinubu's leadership tactics to those of former President Obasanjo. Audu affirms he would not remain in office while opposing the president and vowed to help install a people-choosing leader in 2027. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has called on President Bola Tinubu to investigate the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election and prosecute those responsible in a later dated June 14th. The group urged the president to establish a panel of inquiry, citing the need for justice and accountability. SURAP also recommended amending the Electoral Act 2022 to mandate electronic transmission of results and burden voters' access to election documents. It further demanded the release of citizens detained for peaceful protest and the repeal of laws restricting free expression. The group warned of legal action if the government fails to act within 7 days. A political drama played out in Gombe as a high-level APC Northeast Consultative Forum meeting meant to affirm support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's second-term bid took an unexpected turn. Sam TV correspondent Kamal Hamajo reports on the tension that overshadowed the gathering.
Unified gathering to adopt President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Northeast APC consultative meeting in Gombe as the sole candidate for the 2027 presidential election ended in chaos. After the Deputy National Chairman Northeast, Comrade Mustafa Salisu, endorsed President Tinubu without mentioning Vice President Kashim Shettima, a move that triggered strong reaction from some stakeholders.
The New Hope agenda has given us the entire town. Now we should not be fighting because of the horn.
Earlier in his address, Chairman of the Northeast APC consultative meeting and Governor of Yobe State, Honorable Mai Mala Buni, described the Northeast as a strong political bloc in Nigeria's democratic structure. He declared support for President Tinubu's second-term bid, saying the administration's ongoing reforms and programs are positively impacting Nigerians and should be sustained.
In the last 2 years, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration engaged daring policies and programs to improve the lives of Nigerians. Such reforms come with attendant difficulties, challenges and road rise, but equally, the reforms come with life-changing opportunities of a renewed hope for better life. This requires tactical planning and time. To achieve this, one term of office may not be adequate. It may require 2 or more terms to effectively and efficiently execute such programs that will stand the test of time and serve the people better. Therefore, in the spirit of natural justice, fair play and national interest, the Forum should consider the architect of these policies and programs, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, with the right of first and in looking for the 2037 presidential election to accomplish reform policies and programs for the benefit of Nigerians.
In separate remarks, the governors of Borno and Gombe State also threw their wish behind President Tinubu for another 4-year term.
On behalf of the government and good people of Borno State, I endorse Tinubu Kashim Ticket 2027.
Personally, and I believe in my capacity as the governor of Gombe State, the majority, if not all of the people of Gombe State, the majority of all of us here in the APC and the governments of the APC controlled states in the northeast have endorsed the return of Mr. President so he can continue the good work he is doing in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to align with the position of the Northeast Zonal APC and to assure Mr. President and every Nigerian that our hopes are being kept alive with the renewed hope agenda. That is the message we are sending to the world, that we will go all out as one big family, as APC, from the northeast, from the northwest, from the north central, from the southwest, from the southeast, from the southwest, and completely from the total Federal Republic of Nigeria. APC has come to stay, APC will remain, and God willing, we shall remain to take Nigeria out of the present predicaments that it is in, and we shall make it by the grace of Almighty Allah.
Several members of the National Assembly, along with other party stakeholders, echoed the endorsement. APC National Chairman Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje stated that the forum's communique will be presented to the National Working Committee in due course.
The communique of this summit will later be provided to the National Working Committee, and this is normal. All other geopolitical zones, the communique is always later on presented to the National Working Committee.
Speaking to journalists after the meeting, Senator Bulus K. Amos described the incident as a normal occurrence in political gathering and added that the party remains united and confident.
We are all living witnesses of what has transpired in the whole there. It's normal political event. It may not be a good one, but then it has happened. So if you look at it, the summary of what brought us here was that we are here to endorse the continuity of APC at the national level.
A political analyst, Alhaji Umar Burama, described the development as nothing but a repetition of what happened to the PDP during the Jonathan era.
That fracas and crisis is part of the scenarios of politics in Nigeria. It happened to PDP when PDP was taking everybody as a de facto to it. It has grown from a modest size of a political party with a sizable number of its membership. Then people started migrating from all other political parties looking for greener pastures. They come to the PDP and it become homogeneous. Then it has become a problem within the party. So it is the same. It's just a replication of what happened towards the end of the second term of Jonathan.
He condemned the process, saying it was not aligned with the APC constitution.
Partisanship become an individual property. Whoever is elected is now the party. It's not the political party, it's the party. So if we have that kind of scenario and have that kind of a situation, you have no democracy. The conduct of this, whatever you call it, stakeholder meeting, it does not comply completely with the constitution. Governors are not to determine who want to be the president next. They are members of a political party. They are no better than any member of a political party. There's the parties of the state. What they should have done, they invite the caucus of the parties in the state to sit down.
We call on Nigerian politicians to respect party constitution and stop allowing a handful of individuals to hijack party structure.
We should allow the constitution to run the parties, not the people, members to run the constitution. Short of that, we do not have any democracy, what you can call democracy. You don't have it.
From Gombe, Kamal Hamajo, Sum TV News.
The UK government has announced plans to invest 7.8 billion euros, approximately 13.6 trillion naira, in float defenses over the next 10 years to tackle growing climate-related risks. The funding, part of a broader infrastructure strategy, will support the constructions of float barriers and nature-based solutions like wetland restoration to safeguard homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. Environment Minister Steve Reed described the initiative as the largest flood protection program in the nation's history. The announcement follows expert warning about the country's vulnerability to extreme weather, with over 6 million properties currently at risk of flooding, a figure projected to rise significantly by 2050. The Lagos State House of Assembly has summoned Commissioner of Police, Jimoh Moshood, and 3 commissioners following a resurgence of cult-related violence in Mushin and other areas, which has claimed innocent lives. The summon, prompted by Honorable Olayinka Kazim during plenary, also included the commissioners for local government and chieftaincy affairs, budget and economic planning, and education. Lawmakers called for intensified anti-cultism efforts, stricter drugs control and youth reorientation programs, and tougher penalties for offenders. Speaker Modeshiri Obase stressed youth engagement through sports and urged local councils to manage miscreants in public spaces. The Assembly will decide on further actions after the summoned officials appear. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo will commission key infrastructure project in Zamfara State on Tuesday, June 17, 2025. He is expected to inaugurate the newly renovated Yeriman Bakura Specialist Hospital in Gusau, equipped with modern medical facilities, and also commissioned major roads in the government-reserved area as part of the state's urban renewal drive. The visit follows Governor Dauda Lawal's return from the 2025 Hajj pilgrimage. The Foreign Investors Network of Nigeria has filed a suit of the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, seeking to halt the demolitions of an 18.8 hectares estate in Okun Aja, Etiosa for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road project. The group claims the federal government and its contractors, including Hitchtech, altered the road alignments to pass through its Win Homes, the global service estate, without proper notice or legal process, backed by a certificate of occupancy and other approvals. The plaintiff argued the move violates constitutional rights and seek 900 million naira in damages, as well as court injunctions to stop further interference. No hearing date has been set. Let's take a brief commercial break. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television. Please don't go away.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo Branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333.
Welcome back. We're glad you're still here with us. Coming up next on television is the international business, sports, and entertainment news. International news: the United Nations has warned that extreme hunger is worsening in 13 global ports, with Gaza, Sudan, Haiti, immediate famine without urgent intervention. Joint report by the UN Food and Agriculture Organizations and food program, conflict, economic shock, and climate disaster are driving the crisis, which is expected to deepen over the next 5 months. As entire population faces acute food insecurity, nearly 25 million people in Sudan remain at risk. The report also highlights South Sudan, Haiti, and Mali, names Nigeria, Yemen, Dr. Kogo, and Myanmar, among others, high-risk countries. The UN agency stressed the need for funding, access, and support for local food production to avert catastrophes. The U.S. President Donald Trump has intensified his immigration crackdown, calling for what has described as the largest mass deportation operation in American history. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump urged federal immigration authorities, including ICE, to increase arrest and deportation, specifically targeting Democrat-led cities such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. The move has sparked widespread protests nationwide. Tensions escalated after Trump deployed National Guard troops and Marine to Los Angeles, a decision opposed by California Governor Gavin Newsom. Although Trump continues to promote deportation as a key policy goal, he has suggested exempting workers in the agriculture and hospitality sector, following concern raised by Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins about labor shortages. An estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants currently reside in the U.S., many employed in essential industries. European Union-based airline landed in Syria for the first time in over 13 years as a Dan Air flight from Bucharest arrived in Damascus on Monday with 138 passengers, including Syrians and foreigners. According to airline representative Mohammed Al-Ras, the return flight to Bucharest carried 125 passengers. This marks the first commercial EU airline operation to Syria since 2012, when flights were held due to unrest and the closure of EU embassies. Dan Air, a small Romanian budget carrier, announced plans to expand service to Damascus with connection from Berlin starting in July, and future links from Frankfurt and Stockholm. The airline CEO, Matt Iran David, described the move as reopening of trade ties with Syria. The Bucharest-Damascus route is expected to operate 4 times a week. On business news, foreign direct investments into the developing countries has fallen to its lowest level since 2005. According to a World Bank report released on Monday in 2023, this economic attracted just for $435 billion in FDI only, 2.3% of their combined GDP, and roughly half the share recorded at the 2008 peak. World Bank chief economist Intermit Gil Bland rising trade and investment barriers, calling the trend a result of harmful public policies. Deputy Chief Economist Ian Kosey emphasized the importance of reserving the decline to support job creation and long-term growth. The report also noted a sharp drop in investments, charters, and highlighted that FDI is heavily concentrated with 10 countries led by China, India, and Brazil, absorbing 2/3 of inflow between 2012 and 2023. Meanwhile, the 26th poorest nation received just 2%. The bank urged enhanced global cooperation to channel investments into countries with the greatest need. On entertainment news, Temilade Openiyi, popularly known as Tems, is scheduled to perform at the first ever FIFA Club World Cup Finals halftime show on July 13, 2025, at the MetLife Stadium in the United States. She would be joined by Colombian artist J Balvin and American pop star Doja Cat. This performance adds to a growing list of Nigerian artists featured on global football stages. Dapo Oyebanjo, the band performs at the 2013 AFCON closing ceremony. David Adeleke, Davido, sang at the 2022 FIFA World Cup Finals, and Damini Ogulu, Burna Boy, headlines the 2023 UEFA Champions League final. Yemi Alade opened the 2024 AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, while Patrick Nimeka Okorie and Oluwatobiloba Daniel Onijube Kiss Daniel performed at the 2022 FIFA World Cup Fan Festival in Qatar, showcasing Nigerians' growing influence in global sport entertainment. Media personality Tope Makenwa has advised singles not to compromise their standards in relationships. Speaking on her podcast, she urged individuals to seek partners who align with their values rather than succumbing to societal pressure or online criticism. Makinde condemned the culture of shaming others for their relationship preferences, especially regarding financial expectations, and stressed the importance of self-worth. She noted that negative reactions often reflect personal insecurity rather than fault in others, adding that with billions of people in the world, everyone can find someone who meets their standards. On sport news, FIFA is using the ongoing 2025 Club World Cup in the United States to pilot 4 major technological innovations aimed at enhancing the game. In this expanded 32-team tournament featuring top clubs like PSG, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and Inter Miami, referees are wearing body cameras for the first time, offering fans a unique perspective via live broadcast. Though not used for decision-making, additionally, stadium spectators can now view VAR footage in real time, followed by referees, audio explanations, minoring the TV experience, semi-automated offside technology powered by AI and ball sensors is also being tested to speed up decisions. Meanwhile, substitutions are being managed digitally using tablets to eliminate paper-based errors. FIFA confirmed all 4 technologies are in trial stages but could be adopted long-term if successful. That's all for this edition of News at 9 from SOM TV. But before we go, Here is a recap of the major headlines. On the national news, Chief Gabriel Olayinka bags Youth Achievers Awards at Kungana Cultural Carnival in Taraba State as President Tinubu Abbas calls for urgent legal reform to boost national security. Tinubu postponed Kaduna trip heads to Benue address violence, while IGP Adetokun deploys tactical units to Benue after mounting criticism. China reaffirms deepening civil diplomatic ties with Nigeria, African, as Nigeria invites Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali to 2025 West African Economic Summit. On international news, UN warns of famine risks in 13 global hotspots amid conflict and climate crisis, while President Trump calls for largest ever mass deportation, sparking protests across U.S. and others. On business news, World Bank report that FDI in developing countries hit lowest level since 2005. Entertainment news. Attempts to headline first ever FIFA Club World Cup Finals halftime show. Sport news. FIFA trials a referee, body cams and AI offside tech at 2025 Club World Cup. Stay with us for more exciting lineup of programs and updates. I'm Bridget James. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.